Hi everyone, my name is David Chung. Some info about myself. I have a college degree in nutrition. I worked in luxury retail for 3 years. I like to play sports in my free time. One of the things about growing up after college is learning how to invest and save money, which led me to build my app that I made for this presentation. My web app is called Obsido, which in Latin means invest or occupy. I chose to build this app because I found myself growing up using my calculator app and with a pen and pencil. And whenever I would buy something or pay a bill, I would actually write it down on a piece of paper. And I have notebooks full of information about my finances. And so I decided even before starting this program, that I wanted to build something where I could see the data dynamically in front of me, where I could just type in the numbers and it'll be displayed and I could see data from that point. To get started, we'll first log in. You can either sign up or log in. And for our case, I already have a username. And as soon as you log in the left side, you'll see we have a chart, which has categories of 6 different categories. The total amount of money you spent, and a form to input the amount of money that you spend. So for our case, let's do an example of us spending $1,000, and let's choose food because we like to eat a lot. And let's say sushi for the whole family as a memo. Once you submit it, you'll see that the food section goes larger dynamically. And if you hover over each section, you'll see the amount of money as well as the percentage of this category takes from the total amount spent. What you can also do is when you actually click on these categories, it takes you to a subcategory where it takes the total amount of money you spent on that category. And if you don't define it within that category, it will just stay as food and the same color it was. But you can actually make subcategories within it. So let's say we had sushi and it was 1,000, sorry. And we just had sushi. And from there, it re-uploads and shows the more descriptive category. Let's go back to our main category and let's go to our nav bar. And here we have 4 different things. Right now, let's go check our spending log. Spending log is a log of all your transactions that you've made. So all the things you input in the first graph, you'll see on this page. And you could sort it through by your description. So any letter you'll see, you'll find it as well as you can sort by category or description. And we could also delete a transaction just in case if you messed up with the transaction input, you could delete it off the page as well. Next, we'll go to our user information. User information is basically just cards that you can see that displays information about the categories you spent money on, or just information that's readily available so a user can see what they're spending their money on, how much they spend their money on each category. So you can see here that we have the total amount spent, the category with the highest spend amount, which is bills right now, the category with the lowest spend, and then the stocks, the total amount you spend on stocks, as well as the average amount of each category as well. Just so like for me, myself personally, I could see and gauge how much money I'm spending on these certain different things in my life. And lastly, we could go to a daily spending chart, which is a line graph showing you each day's worth of money you spend, the total amount that is. And on the y-axis, we have the amount in dollars, and the x-axis, we have the dates. I wanted to put a line graph because I wanted to see what days of the week I was spending the most amount of money on, usually on the weekends. So if I would see myself spending a lot of money on the weekends, the y-axis will be much larger, and then I would know to spend less money or learn to stay in on a weekend rather than go out. That's it for my app. We could go back home and log out on the top right. I appreciate your time, and I'm open to any questions. Thank you.